Hey everybody, welcome back. This is HD, and it's time to begin the semifinals broadcast of the HD World Tournament. I know you guys have been waiting to see what happens here in this tournament, and as you guys all know, there's only two series, being that it is a semifinals. First series that I'll be casting is going to be Strelok and Sen. Will be a Zerg versus Terran, and it is going to be a best of 5 as well. I forgot to mention that for all you guys in the update video. All semifinal games will be best of 5, and then following that will be best of 7 series for the finals. And the first map for the semifinals will always be Icy Cup Test Bug. Of course, after a loser loses this map, they do get to decide what map they want to play on next. And we'll see what happens in this series. Once again, Strelok and Sen, both these players, very, very good. Strelok hailing from Europe and Sen coming from Taiwan. I believe Strelok is from Russia. I could be wrong. He might be from Ukraine. For all those guys who are out there who are living in Europe, you guys probably know much better than I do, as you guys are probably Strelok fans. But if you guys are out in Asia, then you guys might be rooting out for Sen right here. And I do want to just recall the history of both these players. Strelok having to defeat Cruncher in the round of 16, and then he did advance forward to the round of 8, where he, he actually beat Cruncher in the round of 8. And I'm just going to alt-tab real quick just to remind myself so I don't give you guys the wrong names here. Strelok actually then defeated TLO in the round of 16, and his opponent Sen defeated Noni in the round of 8, and Sen defeated Whitera in the round of 16. So Sen has really been playing against a lot of Protosses to get to this point, and this is his first situation where he's had to play against a Terran. He's shown that he is an extremely aggressive Zerg player. I mean, all throughout this tournament, we've been watching Sen take it to the house with Protosses. He's been showing them how to play this kind of ultra aggressive style. He's been pretty much putting the pressure on Protoss players, but he hasn't had to deal with any Terran threats as of yet. So I'm interested to see how he's going to fare against a Terran player today. And Strelok has actually been playing, he's been playing against a Terran, against TLO, and then in the last series, in the round of 8, he had to play against, gosh, I already forgot. Strelok had to play against Cruncher, which was basically a Protoss. So he's been doing pretty well himself. He's had some variety, and he hasn't actually played a Zerg either. So I guess for both these players, it is kind of a fresh matchup with regards to this tournament, and we'll see how things take away from here on out. It does look like Sen is going to be getting an early hatchery here. He does have a pretty large amount of Zerglings coming out of his main, and I think he may be just getting those Zerglings just for early security purpose. It looks like he got the spawning pool after the hatchery, so he did go hatch first. The Zerglings now out should be able to pick off this. Oh, SCV goes down right away. Nice by Sen, getting the immediate surround, and I almost got to attribute the SCV's death to Strelok kind of hesitating and running around in the main for so long. Now, back at Strelok's main, he does have a command center coming up after the barracks, but he does also have double gas here. And all too often, when a Terran player gets 2 gases this early on, it kind of screams some kind of tech route. Almost looks like we might be seeing a fast factory and maybe Marine Hellions, but could possibly be some kind of a starport tech as well. But with Zerglings running up here, they did see the command center. Note they do not have any idea that there is a double gas being mined at the back of the main. So Strelok is, I think he's gearing up here for some kind of a gas-intensive path, some kind of a strategy. I would almost certainly think that it is going to be Hellions, seeing as how he's going to have all this extra gas. He can get the upgrade for the Infernal Pre-Igniter very easily, but he may go for Starport. He does have the reactor going down right now on the frontal barracks. Meanwhile, SCV for Strelok still just wandering around the map, looking for hatcheries, looking for Zerglings, trying to see what the Zerg player is doing, and Sen is just kind of content to control the watchtower, continually pumping drones back at home as well. Currently at 29 drones, and if we look on that production tab, oh, hold that thought, we do have Zerglings now encountering the Marines. Strelok immediately keeping those Marines safe and running back towards that completed bunker. But we do have a starport coming up, so we do have 111 opening from Strelok here. And he is going to mix it up with Hellions as well. So I guess my predictions were each 50% correct or 50% wrong. However you want to say it, he is going basically for both Hellions and for a starport. And I think what we're going to see from Strelok is a Banshee Hellion timing attack here. And almost certainly going to have Cloak on that Banshee as well, because we see the Starport now swapping onto that Tech Lab. Strelok, as all Terran players, all good Terran players, making great use of those add-ons, always conveniently swapping on and switching on to the add-on that is most necessary at the time for this build. And, ooh, Sen here is... Could he be going for a Baneling bust? He has a Baneling's Nest on the way, and he has 22 Zerglings being produced right now, guys. That's a lot of Zerglings, a lot more than is necessary at this early stage in the game. So I think Sen is going to try to go for a Baneling bust, but with the 4 Hellions coming out here, these Hellions will be able to sweep away any Zerglings across the map, and if those Hellions can pick off the Zerglings before they become Banelings, that is going to be so much trouble for Sen's strategy. Sen now having to reveal all the Zerglings that he's built up, going to try to surround these Hellions, but in the process losing about half of them already. Strelok doing a great job keeping the Hellions alive, has only lost one, is going to possibly lose two, but with 2 more Hellions coming out from the factories in the main, Strelok is going to roast away all of these Zerglings. Sen's strategy here to go for the Baneling bust is going to be completely denied, and now Sen is going to have to fall back to his main, where thankfully, excuse me, to his natural, where thankfully he does have some pretty good building placement. This Baneling's Nest, pretty much useless, seeing as how he hasn't been able to do the Baneling's bust, but may come in handy as it is a pretty good blocker for these Hellions. And pretty intense moment right there. But I gotta feel that Sen may have come out very much behind in that exchange. And now the Banshee has come out and it does have Cloak. Now using the Cloak, Strelok actually using the Cloak a little bit prematurely, I feel like. There isn't really any detection whatsoever. Now the Banshee will drain some of its energy away. I would just decloak this thing, as the Spore Colony is still taking some time to come out. We have, that's just an SCV, not a Banshee. Strelok is just doing some really good damage right now, guys. And he is, this Banshee has 9 kills already. It has 25 more seconds of additional Cloak. And these Queens are not going to be able to hit until the Spore Crawler comes up. Spore Crawler comes up, and the Banshee goes down. Strelok a little bit careless with that Banshee, but I think he got his money's worth, guys. He killed about 12 drones. And with another Banshee coming in here, this is just gonna be a disaster for Sen, who, you know, he's been doing this aggressive playstyle against Protosses, but now that he's up against the Terran race, I think he's run up against kind of a, well, you gotta say Strelok is a very good Terran, and he's kind of run up against his match, and I don't know if Sen can recover from this game. Now remember guys, this is a best of 5, so if Strelok wins this game, Sen is not out. He still has plenty of games to come back in. The first game momentum doesn't count nearly as much as it does in a best of 3, because there's so many more games to go. But Sen is still going to try his best to hold off this attack, but all the while, this is just buying time for Strelok. You know, he's not really doing any more damage to the economy, but he's just biding time back at home to pump up his own economy. He's basically matched the Zerg player right now. It's 2 base to 2 base. He's even got the 3rd command center down. And so really Strelok that entire time, he wasn't focused on killing any more drones, just containing the Zerg and matching up in economy. So I really think now Strelok has got a great advantage, and it's gonna be hard for Sen to come back into this. It looks like he's going for roaches here, guys, and he does have an infestation pit down as well. He may try to do some kind of a roach bust with a ton of roaches, and he may actually have to wait for infestors if he wants to do that, because he knows that there's Banshees in the air. But it's not gonna be a very good strategy, I don't think. He's so far behind right now. He's got to figure something out, and I just don't even know if he can hold off this next wave of units from Strelok. This could be the nail in the coffin. Strelok deciding here he just wants to end the game right now and go straight into game number 2. But you have to remember, premature aggression when it is not the right time, even though you have an advantage, can cost you. If the Zerg player is able to counter appropriately, it looks like Strelok is going to fall back here, guys. And I guess he just wanted to scare Sen a little bit. Sen's creep spread, notice guys, is very, very small. It has not gone anywhere out of the natural yet. Just barely extending outside of the natural expansion right now. But Sen is very, very far behind in all aspects of this game. In economy, in, you guys can see 5,671 drones, in amounts of bases. In the army supply, I believe he's behind as well, 123 under 137. So in order for Sen to get back into this game, I think he's going to have to do something drastic. And one of the things he can do is grab a double expand right now. Go for this hatchery. And if if he can hold on to this hatchery and this hatchery and get some saturation going before Strelok counterattacks again, then Sen has got a chance to re-macro and get right back into this game. But it is going to be a tough call because I think Strelok is going to push out before those hatcheries can get any saturation going. I think Strelok is just waiting for his units to pump out. He may actually decide to get some complementary Thors in this army as well. Maybe not. There's really no mutas on this map, so I don't think Thors are necessary. Strelok, he just has a ton of Marines and he has a ton of tanks right now. So he's got basically biomech, and against roaches and infestors without baneling support and really a small meager army of roaches like this, they're gonna get destroyed by the siege tanks once they siege up. And as long as the Marines can stay away from that fungal growth, they can spread out smartly, then I don't see Sen holding off this counterattack. But here we go. If anyone can do it, then Sen can. Here comes Strelok. He is spreading out those Marines really nicely, leading out with an attack party in the front to basically absorb that fungal growth in the front first. So those Marines, kind of the guinea pigs going out there just to test the waters, but they also drain some of the energy from the infestors. A couple of Marines have gone down. Strelok just going to do a slow push. He may even just decide to scan and recede the creep a little bit before he continues his push forward. And hold that thought, we do have a dropship coming in from the backside of the third here. This is really nice, but I think Strelok is going to get countered by all the roaches and the spine claw that have already been smartly positioned here. And whether or not Strelok is going to get that dropship out remains to be seen. Looks like all the Marines are going to go down. The Queen will not be able to pick off the dropship. Tanks in the middle of the map, meanwhile, slowly, ever slowly pushing forward, and they have reached in range of this gold hatchery. And this is why I was saying double expanding is so dangerous. It's a high risk, high reward maneuver, but Strelok immediately attacking that hatchery, not able to take it out. The hatchery at 22 HP, Sen attacking just in the right time to save the hatchery, but I don't think it will be enough. There are too many Marines in this party and not enough fungal growth, not enough banelings, and as a result, Sen is going to get run over by the Marine Strike Force, Delta Force this is. They have killed off the hatchery. Here they go, they're going to kill off the rest of these roaches, and Sen is now backing up into a wall that I don't think he's ever going to be able to get out of, and he, realizing that, has called the GG. Very nicely played by Strelok there, pushing forward, saying, basically, I'm going to establish the massive Terran ball in the center and slowly take out that fourth and third hatchery, basically attacking at the same time, and he even had another Strike Force of Marines coming down here as well. So Sen kind of getting owned, I think, this game by the Banshee. I think the Banshee was really the unit that changed the game around in terms of Strelok catching up in economy, getting that third expansion down quickly, and keeping the drone count low, and Strelok just capitalizing on that as the game continued onward. And Strelok taking game number 1 in the HD World Tournament semifinals. We have potentially 4 more games to go, guys, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Game 2 is going to be coming up next, and Sen will be the loser, so he is going to be choosing the next map. I don't know what it's going to be, but I do know that I will be immediately going to that game to cast right now. So go on, guys. Let's do it. HD signing up.